The year is 2001, and finally the wait is over. The long-awaited sequel to Sega's smash hit Sonic Labyrinth arrived on the Nintendo GameCube as a launch title developed by Sega Amusement Vision, at least in the Japanese launch. This game was directed and produced by none other than Toshihiro Nagoshi, original creator of the Yakuza games, aka Like a Dragon franchise. Super Monkey Ball is actually a follow-up to the arcade game Monkey Ball, which used a banana-shaped stick for the controls. I'm sure that arcade stick was a source of many jokes, but we don't joke around this channel, we're all very serious adults here. I'm not entirely sure what the plot of this game is. I guess the 4 monkeys run out of bananas, so they decide to travel around the world looking for more, because that's the only motivation video game monkeys have. Did they really send a baby to search in the desert? That's messed up. Suddenly they're all running inside giant gachapon balls and Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, I don't get it either. But who cares? Nobody plays Monkey Ball for the plot. They play it for the challenge. And this game has plenty of it. In the main game mode, you tilt the analog stick to make the monkey ball roll around courses, floating in the void, and try to reach the goal in each of them. To be more specific, you don't control the ball directly. The entire time you're tilting the course itself, like those ball in a maze puzzles you might have seen in real life or other games like Twilight Princess. It's a fairly intuitive control scheme, with the only buttons you press being A to zoom in and out of the minimap and the start button to access the pause menu. It can be easy to forget you're tilting the board rather than the ball sometimes, which causes certain course layouts to end up being particularly challenging to beat. But that's the entire point. Mastering controls of tilting the ball past tight passages, across platforms, up and down ramps is what makes the challenge of beating any of the 3 difficulty modes in Super Monkey Ball. It's a very simple concept that works tremendously well as an arcade experience, and the transition into Nintendo's console only made the experience more fun. It's not exactly what I would call a casual game though. If you don't enjoy challenging games, this one will piss you off so much, you better have a more responsible adult around you to stop you from throwing the controller at the TV screen. Beginner mode is pretty chill, but advanced and expert courses will demand mastery of your analog stick movements. Often it can be a case of looking at a given course as a puzzle with a few specifically ideal solutions, then applying your mastery to work on it. So you have to use your brain a lot too, it's not just about practicing tilt controls. Sometimes the quickest solution is to ignore the intended path entirely and make your own crazy shortcut falling off platforms or bouncing straight to the goal, which is always a bold move until you get good at it. I heard this entry is considered the hardest of the 2 GameCube games. I was able to clear the beginner and advanced courses multiple times, but the best I was able to do on expert is reaching course 13. It gets extremely frustrating, but I didn't dislike my time with it. Every time I gave it one more go, I found myself getting better and better, and more brave enough to take more risks and clear courses faster, or reaching alternate exits. Normally I'd complain about the fact the game doesn't give you unlimited continues, forcing you to start over from the beginning once you run out, but the room for self-improvement even on the early courses is so vast I thought this worked in the gameplay's favor. Well, okay, if you've only been struggling in one course and it takes clearing 20 plus ones you already beat without losing a life, I guess it still sucks big time having to redo everything. I'm looking at you, Expert Course 11, and the final extra course in advanced mode can go to hell too. Thankfully, every time you clear a course, you unlock it for practice mode, which lets you play any course again and again until you feel confident it will pose no trouble in your next full playthrough. Well, except the extra courses. There are bananas for you to collect in every course. They are only there so you can gain an extra life for every 100 you collect. While they do affect your score, it's always more efficient to clear a course quickly if all you want is to increase your rank. If you clear all courses in any difficulty without losing a single life, the game will let you challenge the special extra courses. Those are harder than the difficulty's average and have what I think is the coolest aesthetic in the game. If you lose all continues in extra courses, you don't get punished harshly, and that course pack is still considered beaten, so you get to watch the ending credits. Or rather, play the ending credits, since the entire thing lets you try to collect as many bananas as you can and then ranks your performance. I do have one major complaint about the game, and it's the characters' voices. Each and every one of them become really great when you're still trying to beat difficult courses. And it will make noises all the freaking time. II's irritating screens where you tense and try to focus feel almost like with intent to fuel the player's anger. It's just like when you're trying to clear a difficult part in any other game, and you're frustrated but you're trying to keep your cool. Then a friend or a relative is going, "Oh man, that sucked! Ooh man, you were so close!" next to your ear. If you're not a patient gamer type, get ready to reach that mute button. Although I would ask you to try and resist the temptation, because that would deprive you of the game's music. It's not as good as, say, Super Monkey Ball 2 or dare I say Super Monkey Ball 3D, which itself has quite a few good tracks, but they have a great energy that goes well with this type of game. This game also features a lot of extra game modes and minigames, all which can be done on multiplayer. I didn't care for all the minigames, but some of them like Monkey Balling, Monkey Target and Monkey Race were a lot of fun. Some of those have to be unlocked by spending points together by playing the main game. It doesn't take long to get enough points though. In conclusion, I'm going to recommend this game especially for players who like a good challenge and quirky, colorful presentation. Thinking again, I can also recommend it for more casual players if all they want is to have fun competing with friends in the main mode or playing the minigames in extra modes. If you lose your patience too quickly and have the habit of screaming at video game characters who can't hear you, this game will send you to the hospital. Don't play it. You can experience the courses from this game in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which itself is like a fairly new remake of the first 3 console Monkey Ball games. However, that game has been heavily criticized by fans for messing up the superior physics of the originals, so be warned, it might not turn out to be that great an experience. This game was my winning nomination for the review crew at Retro Hangover Podcast Discord community, so I gotta give it a rating. Super Monkey Ball for the Nintendo GameCube gets a 8 out of 10. Great fun, that awesome perfect Sega arcade feel is very present, but the courses could be just a little better designed in my opinion, which I'm sure is one of the improvements in the sequel. The annoying monkey voices almost made me drop this to a 7. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more reviews. We'd really like to reach that 400 subscribers milestone before the end of the year. And as always, thank you for watching and take care.